Part 1. Prologue. A book that should not exist. Imagine a book so massive it requires two people to carry it. A book whose pages are crafted from the skin of 160 animals. This is the Codex Gigas, the giant codex. But history knows it by another, more sinister name, the Devil's Bible. Why? The legend tells of a monk, condemned to death for a grave crime. In his despair, he made a pact. His soul in exchange for a miracle. He was to complete in a single night a work containing all human knowledge and the Holy Scripture. The devil agreed, and legend has it, he left his portrait on one of its pages. But is this just a medieval horror story? A spooky tale from the Middle Ages? Or is there a grain of truth in this narrative? A challenge to our understanding of history and faith. This is a journey into the depths of one of literature's greatest riddles. Part 2. The historical trail. Facts in the shadow of the legend. Let's set the legend aside. The Codex Gigas is real. It is the largest surviving medieval manuscript in the world, created in the 13th century in a Bohemian monastery. Its weight is 75 kilograms. Analysis of the manuscript led to an astounding discovery. The entire text, from the Bible to medical treatises, was written by a single hand, a handwriting that remained unchanged for decades. Here lies the first mystery. Even a lifelong work would have been monumental. But the consistency of the ink and script suggests an astonishingly short period of creation. A superhuman effort. Was it pure devotion, or the driven haste of a man fulfilling a pact? History is silent, but the facts raise questions. Part 3. The Heart of Darkness, the Devil's Page. But the greatest riddle lurks in the heart of the work. On page 577 sits a full-page illustration of the devil. A terrifying solitary being with claws and a forked tongue. Facing it, separated only by text, is the heavenly Jerusalem. Good and evil directly opposed. Why? Why would a pious monk give the Prince of Darkness such a prominent place in a holy work? Was it a warning? A theological representation? Or was it something else?
A signature?
A reminder of the spirit present at its creation. And then there are the missing pages. Pages clearly torn out. What did they contain? The terms of the pact? Forbidden rituals? The gaps in the book are like silent screams. They tell of a secret we can no longer read. Part 4. Conspiracies and Forbidden Knowledge. What if the Codex is more than a Bible? What if it is a vessel? A hiding place for knowledge too dangerous to share openly. Some clues point to unusual collections of texts. Does the Codex contain ancient, esoteric knowledge hidden from the Church? Knowledge about the true nature of reality? Another, darker theory suggests the monk was not a lone perpetrator, but part of a secret circle experimenting with demonic forces. The Codex was their manual. The missing pages deliberately removed to protect the core knowledge. Even the plundering of the book by the Swedish army during the 30 Years' War fuels such thoughts. Were they merely hunting a curiosity, or did they know its true significance as a source of power? Part 5. Philosophical Summary. The Demon Within Us. In the end, we are left with a physical object, an old, gigantic book. Yet it has become a symbol, a mirror of our deepest fears and questions. The Codex Gigas confronts us with the nature of evil. Does the Devil's Page represent an external, demonic power? Or is it a projection of the dark side within us all? Our despair, our greed, our striving for immortality at any cost? The monk sacrifices his soul for an immortal work. Is this not a metaphor for the human condition? For our drive to leave something behind, even at the price of our humanity? This book teaches us that history is never just a collection of facts. It is a fabric of event, myth, and interpretation. The Codex Gigas is real, but its true power lies in the story it tells us about ourselves. Part 6. The Unsolved Riddle: A Legacy on Parchment. Even after all these centuries, the Codex Gigas gives us no definitive answers. On the contrary, with every scientific examination, new questions emerge. Modern material analyses could reveal secrets about the ink or the parchment. Perhaps messages are hidden within the microscopic structures of the pages, invisible to the naked eye. The mystery only deepens when we consider the psychological endurance required for such a task. Was the scribe driven by divine inspiration, or was there something more sinister fueling such relentless focus? The very consistency of the script suggests a mind operating in a state of singular purpose, untouched by the normal fluctuations of human fatigue and emotion. This psychological enigma is as compelling as the physical one. Furthermore, the book's survival through wars, fires, and centuries of handling borders on the miraculous. It has been prized, feared, and hunted by emperors and occultists alike, each seeing in it what they wish to see: a holy relic, a source of power, or a terrible warning. Its journey through history is a shadowy tale of its own, marked by strange coincidences and narrow escapes from destruction. The Codex is not a static object but a character in an ongoing story, and we are merely the latest audience to its unfolding drama.